up, and it is scored!
For three. Got it!
With the shot, it's in!
Lights out! Good night! Goodbye!
And there's it! Marshfield wins! It's a great serve.
Another one! Drop! And the Rams drop one first here in the Super Bowl!
Oof, nice.
Kick on the field, and it is
Scored! It is scored!
MCM coverage of MHS sports is proudly presented by
Biviano General Contracting.
Biviano General Contracting is Marshfield's leading custom modular house builder. Modular building saves time and money. Only 8 to 12 weeks for the entire build, saving up to 25% of the cost compared to traditional building. We also offer custom deck building, kitchen and bathroom remodels, additions, and house elevations.
More information can be found at bivianocontracting.com.
Repel Pest Solutions. Repel Pest Solutions is a full-service pest control company protecting residential and commercial properties from nuisance pests that carry germs and diseases. They are a small, family-run business from Marshfield, licensed, insured, competitively priced. We work to understand your needs and offer an integrated pest solution that's environmentally friendly. Don't be afraid to bug us. Road to Responsibility. Founded in 1988, Road to Responsibility's mission is to provide the means, the opportunity, and the support necessary to allow citizens with disabilities to take their place as productive members of the community. We are committed to providing all individuals with opportunities to truly live in the community. Through our services, we are proud to enrich and improve the lives of every individual, one person at a time.
From Armstrong Arena in Plymouth, Massachusetts, this is Marshfield Community Media's coverage of Marshfield High Varsity Hockey. Tonight, the Rams on the road against the Blue Eagles of Plymouth North. Along with Heather Allen, David Snow with you on a Wednesday night in the Patriot League. The Rams come into this one with a record of 7-3-1. And Plymouth North has a record of 2-8-0, 1-3 in the Patriot League. The Rams are undefeated in the Patriot League at 5-0. And we're ready to do battle. The Rams in their road green, some white striping, and Plymouth North with the white jerseys, blue pants, and blue buckets, and we are underway. Kashuk had the puck, and it gets dumped in by Palladino. Puck handled behind the net by Sal Camera. Sullivan taps it up. It's tipped in at the point by Dio for Plymouth North. Pinched in by Baker. Down the wall it comes from Smith, and it's Jonathan Sullivan who sends it out. All the way down the ice, he finds Brendan McLaughlin, who's got a bid. He goes to the backhand and sort of ran out of room, snuck that shot in. It went off the wall. Berrien centers a pass right out in front. A shot for Kashuk on the backhand. He gets it right back just below the goal line. Centers it nicely right out in front to Teddy Holt. Fluttering puck. Steered aside by Trevor Golden and then swept over to the right. So good chance right off the bat for the Rams' first line. Kashuk with the pass out to Holt. And a bid also from McLaughlin. Puck gets dumped in by McGaughey for Plymouth North. Camera went to leave it there. It bounced out dangerously for Berrien. Puck comes right up to center ice. Tapped down by McLaughlin. It's Dan McLaughlin for Plymouth North. We have Brendan on Marshfield. Puck down into the corner. Jackson O'Neill had a goal in Monday's game against Duxbury. Puck comes back up towards the blue line, and it's back down and steered aside by Camera. And just knocked out of the zone by Berrien. It's going to go all the way down for an icing call. We'll get our first stop in play. Puck will come all the way down to the right of Sal Camera. Senior goalie. And it's going to be Giannetti and Goodyear step out onto the ice in defense and on defense. Giovanello on the dot. Puck is controlled by Luke Giovanello. He put it off the dasher. It came out to the neutral zone. Goodyear, a little pass up. Giovanello puts a shot in, and Golden just sticked it aside to his right behind the net. That's Smith. And carrying it through the neutral zone is Brody Jordan. Goodyear shoots the puck down off the back wall. skated away there by Smith. And puck comes out, and it's handled by Goodyear. And now just right through goes Bernard. He's got an opportunity with Camera, step through, and Camera just came out to meet him just outside of the blue paint. Ties it up. He'll get a draw. To his right. To his left, actually. Hello to Sean Leary back in the studio, manning the board. So between Sean, Heather, and myself, it's like old times here. Great stuff. Puck comes through, goes to the side wall. Kashuk tries to move it out. It eventually finds its way onto the stick of Baker. He just dumps it in where Brendan McLaughlin reels it in. The Marshfield captain has the puck come off of his stick. Baker centers one, and it ends up on the stick of Berrien. He sends it just to the side, and now it comes out of the zone. Race is on. McLaughlin's down there first. There'll be no icing. Good hustle. Puck backhanded into the crease and then steered aside. And now, again, it's Baker to take it out for the Eagles, and it's tapped right back in by Jonathan Sullivan. Pass off to the right. Ends up right back coming in, and Golden steers it aside. Retrieved in the corner by Dan McLaughlin. Kashuk cross to Sullivan. Sullivan down to Susi, and then tapped in by Petrie. Pinching in on the opposite side is Bocchino. Up the top it comes, walking through is Kashuk. Taps it aside to Bocchino, right at the side wall. Puck comes out by Doherty, and then Kashuk sends it to Susi. And it just sent the length of the ice by Dan McLaughlin. That's going to be an icing call. It's going to go against the Eagles. Scoreless with 11.
MCM coverage of MHS Sports is proudly presented by Repel Pest Solutions,
Biviano General Contracting,
Road to Responsibility.
It'll be Luke Giovanello on the draw here, right down to our right. From this vantage point, right behind Trevor Golden, the goalie for Plymouth North. Smith looks to work it up the boards. Pinching in there is Altobello. To the corner goes Brody Jordan. The senior taps it off the wall. Giovanello back to the point to O'Neill. He fires a shot. It's off the waffle of Golden. Puck alive in the corner. Smith looking to move it out. He's been busy here in the early stages. Sends it down, and that's going to result in another icing call. Draw will come to the left of Golden. He's a junior, and thus far has been a little bit busy in his end. It's going to be Petrie out there with Susi and Bocchino. Quick shifts right now for the Rams, early stages here. Goodyear has his outlet tipped back into the zone by Bernard. Along the dasher. Battle. Plymouth North looks to move it across. An active stick and a shot that Camera able to snuff but unable to tie it up. Petrie goes and retrieves it. And the shot comes right back in, steered aside by Camera. Shot came in from the stick of Chandler. And now coming the other way, it was Susi, and he has the puck taken away by Garrett Kelly. Kelly off the glass all the way down, where Janetti's going to reel it in. And we're going to get an icing call down. The draw will come down to the right of Trevor Golden. Berrien on the draw. Out there against Milne, one of the captains from Plymouth North. Shot comes in. Golden ties it up immediately. This is the first line from Marshfield. McLaughlin, Berrien, and Holt. Kashuk and Sullivan on defense. Berrien disguised a shot that just went a little bit wide. Sullivan tapped it down. Milne got his stick on it, and now it's Chapman. Palladino sends it all the way down, where Sullivan picks it up first. Pass retrieved nicely by Teddy Holt, who's a little behind him. Sullivan Off the dasher for Kashuk. Puck comes to Baker. Sent it in off the side of the net. A little ringing of the post there from the side angle. Good forecheck right there by Kashuk, but he pulled it in and was judged to be offside. 9:17 to go, first period. Scoreless from Armstrong Arena. You're tuned to Marshfield Community Media. Faceoff's going to come just in front of the Plymouth North bench. Biviano out there on the draw against Doherty. And faceoff came back to O'Neill and unable to get that one deep. And now it's Altabello, carries down the side. Gets a nice pass tucked inside to Biviano. Puck dumped out for the moment by McCosh, but it only makes as far as the blue line, and we get a tip in off of the shot by Joe Merrick. I thought Biviano may have got a stick on it, but Merrick's the first one off the line, so Merrick with the goal makes it 1-0 Rams. Good traffic in front by Luke Biviano. And the goal to Merrick. It's 1-0 Marshfield. 8:59 to go in the first period. Rams draw first blood. Dio sent it down as far as Giannetti. That was a good keep-in at the point by Merrick that led to that opportunity. Petrie now in real time brings it down to the goal line. Looked to center it. Bocchino was out front there, and it was broken up and sent away by Smith. So 1-0 Marshfield. The goal was Merrick. Petrie now. Nice reversal down to Susi in the corner. Takes a hit but moves the puck into the opposite corner. Bocchino got taken down in front. Puck goes all the way down. It'll be an icing call that'll go against Plymouth North. Oh, they wave it off. A nice pass up to Bocchino. Gains the blue line. Circle. Backhanded pass that ends up on Susi's stick. Bocchino carried it nicely in front. Susi took it to the net. Kelly brought it back for Plymouth North, and now bringing it the other way is Palladino. Puck dumped into the zone by Cam Baker. Rams pick it up quickly, and there's a shooting opportunity. Gets deflected to the back wall. Shot came in off the stick of Bernard. And puck comes out of the zone and then just dumped right back in by Dan McLaughlin. Sullivan moving his way down the ice, dumps it down. Kelly sends it around for Plymouth North. McLaughlin finds a wide open Berry, and his shot was tracked back by Trevor Golden. Good opportunity. Now Berrien just levels Palladino. Palladino slow to get up. Now it's McLaughlin walking in all alone. Stick save made by Trevor Golden. So Berrien, after missing the offensive opportunity, went and absolutely labeled Palladino right in front of the Plymouth North bench. Get a draw now to the left of Trevor Golden, who's been busy in this first period for sure. Berrien stays out there on the draw, out there against Doherty. Doherty pushes it forward, but only gets to the blue line. Merrick tapped it down. McLaughlin takes a hit, but gets the puck back to Jackson O'Neill. Nice little give and go attempt from Teddy Holt that gets broken up. Merrick holds the line. Puck goes into the corner. Comes out. Plymouth North had to clear the zone. Tap back in by Chapman. Camera leaves it there. Merrick on the move. Smartly reverses, but the puck comes loose. Plymouth North looked to keep it in, and Biviano was having none of it. Taps it down the other way. Big sounding hit from Brendan McLaughlin there. Sullivan taps it right at center ice. Puck comes all the way back to the right of camera. Jonathan Sullivan pulls it in, takes a look. Found Altobello, went off of his stick and comes back. And now Giovanello walks in. His line mates with him. Altobello carries, shoots short side. Good idea. Pad save made by Golden. Centering pass popped out in front by Brody Jordan. And now looking to come the other way is Milne, one of the captains for the Eagles. Takes it all the way down. And he just gets erased by Kashuk and Sullivan. And then it's dumped back into the zone by McLaughlin. In this case, Dan McLaughlin of Plymouth North. Bocchino works it back to Sullivan. Been out there a long time. Altobello taps it. And it comes to Bocchino. Makes a pass to Altobello. Comes hard off of his stick. Sullivan. And Susie with a pass to Kashuk. Looked to pick a corner, went wide. Petrie pulls up, avoiding a hit. Shot from Kashuk. He had Petrie backdoor just a little behind him. Petrie in pursuit, and Kashuk. Jackson O'Neill stepped off maybe a step too early, and Marshfield's going to get 2 minutes for too many men on the ice. So a bench minor. Going to be served by Johnny Susie. 2-minute penalty. The Rams will have to kill that penalty. Power play opportunity for Plymouth to tie this up. It's Dan McLaughlin comes out. And he's out there with Patrick Doherty and John Milne. And then on defense, just waiting for that fifth skater to come out from Plymouth North. It's going to be Lucas Chapman who'll be back there with Jason Smith on defense. So the power play opportunity, the first of the evening for Plymouth North. Battle along the wall, and it's pushed out of the zone nicely by Berrien. And Milne looked to carry it, and Berrien sent it right out. That was Teddy Holt, actually. Chapman looked to carry it. He centers one, and Cameron just takes it to the stick and ties it up. Draw will come to his left. 1:39 to go in the power play. 4:38 to go in the first period. It's a 1-0 game on a goal from Merrick with a nice screen in front from Luke Giovanello. McLaughlin draws it back up top. It's dumped down by Jason Smith. Puck still alive in the corner. Eagles look to move the puck out in front. There's an opportunity. Shot. The camera steers to the back wall. Eagles maintain possession, and there's an opportunity for Brendan McLaughlin if he can get a jump on the PK. Nice diving play right there from Jason Smith, able to break that one up. And now carrying it out is Patrick Doherty. He's got it on a little give and go with Milne. Puck comes all the way back to the point and then out of the zone. Under a minute to go in this power play for Plymouth North. McLaughlin there first for Marshfield. And Sullivan now has it. Looks to send it off the glass and does so all the way down. It's retrieved there by Jason Smith, who carries top of the circle. Hit right there by Berrien along the wall. Eagles looking to move it quickly. Puck skips back to the point. It's dumped back in there by McLaughlin. Holt sends it off the wall, retrieves it, and sends it the length of the ice, and he finds Berrien. Catches it at the circle, pulls it forward, and just tried to get it to the forehand and ran out of room. Still controls the puck and smartly just dumps it down where only the Rams can get it for the moment. 4 seconds to go on this Plymouth North power play, and we are back to even strength as Susie finds his way out of the box. Good penalty kill for Marshfield, created a couple of opportunities for themselves. That's Berrien with a good look to Altobello. Altobello returns the favor, puck comes out, and we get The net came off the moorings, and so we're going to get a draw that will stay in the Plymouth North zone. 2:43 to go in the first period. It's 1-0 Marshfield. Faceoff's going to be taken by Luke Giovanello. Kashuk and Sullivan up top. Brody Jordan and Susi. Altabello actually are the wings. Chapman looked to carry it out. Kashuk kept it in with a skate. Garrett Kelly sends it up as far as Kashuk. And Sullivan able to retrieve it. Brody Jordan looks to carry it in. Leaves it for Altabello. Puck comes up just right in front of Heather and I here. Nothing to fear. Going to get a face-off to the right of us. 2:18 to go in the first. Period's been fairly well dominated by the Rams. Got a 1-0 lead to show for it. Goodyear has the puck now at mid-ice. Sends it across. Giannetti looked to send it back to him, and now it's Susi carrying quickly. Fires the shot up just below the mask of Golden. Good physical play out in front there. Goodyear going to battle with Bernard. Puck skips out in front. Skated away by Kelly. And then it's tapped down by Schneider. Goodyear up the dasher. Off the stick of Bocchino. Puck with 1.5 minutes to go. Puck goes down into the corner. Giannetti backs it across to Goodyear. And that pass is picked off right out in front. A good opportunity. Unable to convert that one was Sweeney. He had it right out in front, dead to rights. And Camera able to do just enough to thwart that one. Walking in now, an opportunity again. Sent away by Sal Camera. Puck comes back. Fired back in by Smith. Sneaky little shot. It ends up coming out the other way. It's Bocchino. Has to clear the zone. Under 1 minute to go in this first period. There's Ben Berrien going 1-on-3. Comes away with the puck. Sends it down in the corner. McLaughlin right there. Gets it to Holt. Puck tapped up the wall. Smart by Jackson O'Neill to reach back and keep that in the zone. Shot that's deflected off the stick of Teddy Holt. And out to center ice. And it's O'Neill. It's there first, beating Milne to the puck. 20 seconds to go in the period. One more bid perhaps for this Ram offense. A delayed offside. Puck went in and out. And it's going to be a draw that's going to come in the neutral zone. Official had to go retrieve the puck. It's Doherty out there for Plymouth North, and Berrien. Berrien wins that draw. McLaughlin carries it in, does a good job just using his physicality. Takes a hit in the process. Skips right out, an opportunity. One pass, maybe too many. Opportunity by Berrien. He looked to stuff it in. McLaughlin gets his stick in there. And Golden able to tie that up. Good work. But, well, it looks like they might send Berrien. No, it's McLaughlin they're going to send off. And they were just battling away, trying to slam that puck into the net, and they're going to send McLaughlin to the box. I think I'm seeing a signal of a 5-minute penalty, and McLaughlin none too. Oh, they're taking Lucas Chapman as well. So with 2 seconds left in the period, I think they It's going to be 5-on-5. That's the signal. 2-minute penalties for roughing after the whistle. Him holding the hand up was to signal that it'll be 5-on-5. So 2-minute penalties for roughing. The end of the period. We've played one period from Armstrong Arena in Plymouth, Mass. The score after that period is Marshfield 1 and Plymouth North nothing. The goal from Joe Merrick. And we'll be back for the second period. Come back and join us on Marshfield Community Media.
MCM coverage of MHS sports is proudly presented by Repel Pest Solutions,
Biviano General Contracting,
Road to Responsibility.
Marshfield Community Media's coverage of Marshfield hockey. The Rams tonight on the road against Plymouth North. This is period number 2. It's 1-0 Marshfield after that first period of play on a goal from Joe Merrick. Shot that came in from just inside the blue line. And Luke Giovanello set a nice screen in front. I thought he maybe got a piece of it, but that'll be determined at another time. But we'll say that Mr. Merrick had his goal. And right now, teams playing 5-a-side, 2 players in the box for roughing. So a period that was mostly dominated by Marshfield. Sal Camera, who's down below us right now for this period, he had to make a couple of stops and was able to do so, but so far relatively quiet for him. Jackson O'Neill will push, freed up the puck, and then it gets turned around and dumped right back in on Sal. To the corner goes Milne, reverses it. They're trying to get it to the point, and Teddy Holtz takes it out and labels a nice pass to Bossy. Takes it, goes to drag it, and a good defensive play by Dan McLaughlin for Plymouth North. Breaks that one up. Bocchino had it for a second. And Berrien moving down the left side. Sends it cross ice. Sullivan turns and fire it. Bossy centered it right out in front off the backhand. 2 stops made by Golden. Whistle blows and the puck squirted loose, but whistle will blow when the officials lose sight of the puck, as they're instructed to do. 13-12 to go, period number 2. Along with Heather Allen, David Snow with you, Sean Leary back in the studio, bringing you this one tonight from Armstrong Arena. Get there early. Parking spots are at a premium. Plymouth North looks to push the puck out. It just jumps over Jonathan Sullivan's stick. Kashuk turns around, fires it right back into the corner. There's Kashuk again. Smooth skater. Plays like a senior, and that's what he is. Sends a pass that's going to go long. I guess I put the hex on him. Icing call that goes against Marshfield. Rams with a record of 7-3-1 on the season. Plymouth North's record is 2-8-0. Rams undefeated in conference play with 5-0. And the Eagles are 1-3 in conference play. Puck comes, Camera leaves it there for Sullivan. Sullivan gets the puck and gets a hit in. Jumps around and then dumped right back in by McGaughey. Sullivan tried to work it out. Eagles doing a decent job of just keeping it in up top. Kashuk skates around 2, backs, and it gets tapped right back where Sullivan finds it to Altabello. Altabello sends it right in, and Golden ties it up as Brody Jordan skated right towards him. You'd be remiss if we didn't mention that Dan Connolly's last win on Saturday over Plymouth South was the 400th of his 27 years behind the bench at Marshfield High. So big milestone for Coach Connolly. Congratulations to him. And now it's Brendan McLaughlin. Taps it out to mid-ice. And Chapman looks to put it right back in, takes the hit in the process. It was Cam Baker who took the hit from Teddy Holt. Jackson O'Neill up the wall, sends it. Finds McLaughlin streaking down the side, gains the line, turns it in, and save made with the pad at the last second by Trevor Golden. Brendan McLaughlin, when he gets a jump, can really create a little bit of separation. He did so there. Had a good scoring bid and thwarted by Golden. Hit in the corner by Teddy Holt. It's a very thin 1-0 lead for all the dominance in this one. Milne drags it and Camera steers it to the back wall. McLaughlin sends it just out of the reach of Holt. It lands right in the crease and it gets tied up. The draw will come deep in Plymouth territory. I was saying that with a 1-0 lead like this, the danger is that as much as you've dominated the play, you're just one step away, of course, one goal away from having all things tied up. Rotundo sent it down. Puck gets tossed in. Good save made by Golden. Goodyear pinching in, does a good job, sends it down where Bossy had it for a second. It gets dumped down to Giannetti. Jack Giannetti off the wall. Makes a nice pass to Bossy. Had a good look there to Rotundo. Puck comes out of the zone. Giannetti right there. Sends it across. Rotundo sent it down. Soucy centered it right out in front. Bossy got a little tap in tight, and it was steered aside by Golden. Another centering pass ends up on the stick of Bernard. Giannetti tried to keep it in. Soucy looking to connect with Rotundo, and now carries it in himself. Top of the circle. And puck comes all the way down. And a foot race on, and Camera very wisely just came forward about 10 feet out of the net and played it out of there for any danger. Goodyear taps a pass across to Giovanello. Giovanello, long stretch pass. It's looking to connect with either Giannetti or Jordan. Kept in at the point by Smith. Sends it down the wall, trying to connect with McGaughey. Good physical play from the Rams defense. Altabello does a good job to push that one forward to Jordan. Jordan's got to jump. Gets taken off of his stick by Dio. Dio sends it up the boards. And coming forward for the Eagles is Doherty. Nice job by Sullivan to just tap his stick on that one. McLaughlin nicely to Kashuk, and then the pocket was picked. Ends up back on McLaughlin's stick. Berrien takes advantage of a turnover there right at the top. Wide to the backhand, steps out in front. Look to get it to the net. It goes to the back wall. Sullivan from the point, off the glass and back with a crash. Kashuk looks to center it. It tips off of the Plymouth North defense skate. Holt, nice little drop pass to Berrien. Berrien looking to get it right back to Holt. Holt taps away. 2 whacks at it. Kashuk up top. Waits patiently. Pad save made by Golden. Sullivan to the corner. Eagles desperate to get the puck out, and they do so. Berrien holds on. Ben Berrien, so strong on his skates, just takes that away. And doesn't seem like anyone wants the puck. It gets rifled in by Milne over Camera's head. Right down beneath us, Jonathan Sullivan getting his money's worth with a two-hander. Puck up top, shot through a screen, slips right out in front. Camera able to somehow tie that up. And then it was Rotundo who came through and protected his goalie. And they're going to take him. And it's Rotundo that's going to go to the box. And all he was doing was looking out for his goalie. But call is made. Bobby Rotundo will go sit down. Two-minute penalty for roughing. It'll be Giovanello on the draw as the Rams try to kill the second penalty of the evening. Gonna have to be careful here. Eagles have shown a little life in the beginning of this second period. Jordan sends it the length of the ice. Rams able to kill the first penalty back in the first period fairly easily. We'll see what happens here. Giovanello does a nice job to push it forward, protecting that blue line, then dumps it down. He comes off the ice, so does Jordan. Berrien comes out, and there's Teddy Holt. Carries it through, 1-on-2 at the circle, fires it, it's sitting in the crease, and it crossed the line. Teddy Holt puts the shot on, and it's a goal to Holt. Golden jumped up and immediately signaling no goal. Sal Camera comes out after the shorthanded goal by Teddy Holt. Makes it 2-0 Marshfield. And the official stepping through, explaining to the Plymouth North bench. And the signal that I saw said it was about a half a foot beyond the goal line. So in any event, it's a 2-0 lead. A shorthanded goal for Teddy Holt makes it 2-0 Marshfield. For Holt, that's his 8th goal of the season. Shot out in front, Camera leaves it there for Berrien. Berrien holds time and space and sends away Holt again. It goes just beyond him, but he'll get his stick involved down there. Continuing to kill this penalty. Still a minute of power play opportunity for Plymouth North. And just some good work here by this penalty killing unit. Sullivan with a big crash there. Gets the hit off, then he gets tripped, no call, right in front of the official. Berrien dumps it down, and it's going to slowly make its way to Golden. He leaves it there for Doherty. Sends it up. Smith. Back to Doherty. Coming through the zone is Milne. A pass that's broken up by Kashuk. He sends McLaughlin all the way in. Another shorty, perhaps. McLaughlin. Oh, he went to the backhand and was unable to get it across the line. Still, the offensive opportunities coming on the penalty kill for Marshfield here. 5 seconds to go on the power play. And we are back to even strength as Bobby Rotundo leaves the box and stays out on the ice. Welcome back. Joe Merrick got his stick in there to tie that one up. Behind the net, puck comes forward and it's taken by Merrick. Merrick, good work. Merrick moved it all the way out of the zone himself. Puck dumped in. Jackson O'Neill right there. Good look to Rotundo. It comes out to mid-ice. Soucy's there, and then Rotundo coming back in, pinching in, takes it inside the blue line, and it gets ridden off there by Dio. Puck still loose in the Plymouth North end inside of 5 minutes to go in the second. And it gets dumped down. It'll be an icing call that'll go against the Eagles of Plymouth North, who trailed 2-0. Shorthanded goal scored during that last power play by Teddy Holt, his 8th of the season. For the Rams, it'll be Giovanello out on the draw. He's out there with Brody Jordan and Altabello. Jordan comes and cleans that one up, sends it back to the point. Shot comes through from Dargan, right out in front. And now coming out for Plymouth North, that's Schneider. He dumps it down. Camera takes a look, but stays in between the pipes. Hit from Giovanello off to our left. Jordan backs it down the wall. It's kept in. A shot that's blocked by the stick of Goodyear. Short side opportunity goes to the wall. It's right out in front. Altabello wisely just sent it up and away from Camera. Dargan plays it. And cross ice pass. Jordan to Altabello. He sends it into the opposite corner. Altabello at the circle. Crafty player, sends it around, skates around the net, leaves it there. Trying to connect. Holt has the puck come off of his stick and it gets sent down. It's going to be an icing call if it makes it. Nope, they wave it off as it fluttered its way down the ice. Sullivan goes and gets it. Holt, his pass ends up on the stick of Cam Baker, and now Sullivan takes it, leaves it for McLaughlin. He's got Berrien out in front. Berrien takes it, goes to the back wall. Sullivan pinching in, carrying it out. Plymouth North desperate to move it out, and they do so. That's Milne. And we get a whistle for an offside. Pucks are going to come out. We're going to have a draw just outside of the blue line down to our right here. It'll be taken by Berry, and he's out there with McLaughlin and Holt. Puck makes it as far as Sullivan. He sends it. And McLaughlin again in tight. He's getting the jump there. He had another opportunity. He just crashed into the boards, and he does not look like he's doing well. They're going to let play carry on. And as soon as that scoring opportunity, and McLaughlin's in some pain. He went hard to those boards. We'll just see rather than speculate. Seems to be holding his left leg. We'll see. Maybe it's his arm. Coach Connolly out there as well, making his way down there as captain behind the net. McLaughlin's had a heck of a game. He's had the jump on about 3 or 4 different occasions, using his speed to create scoring opportunities. So maybe we'll take a quick break.
MCM coverage of MHS Sports is proudly presented by Repel Pest Solutions,
Biviano General Contracting,
Road to Responsibility.
We are back at Armstrong Arena. Brendan McLaughlin able to get back on his feet and come off the ice under his own power. So we'll hope that that's just a temporary discomfort. Merrick had the puck stay between his legs. It skipped right out in front, and Camera did some good work there to move the puck out of the crease. Bossy carries it out to center ice, and now coming the other way, being disrupted by Merrick, was Doherty. Puck held in nicely there. It's skipping out in front. Opportunity. Good save by Camera. Squared up nice. Another one blocked by Merrick. Goes to the back wall. Dumped back in by McGaughey. O'Neill. And it's dumped back in by Chapman for Plymouth North. O'Neill using his speed to create a little distance. Skips it. Merrick goes back and gets it. Puck never fully cleared. Good hustle here from Plymouth North to hold the Rams in. And eventually Merrick able to just dump it down, and Plymouth North has to play it. Bocchino was sneaking in there. Milne behind his net centers it, and it comes back to the point, and we get a whistle as the net has come off the mooring. I'm pretty sure that's the case. Yep. Get a whistle here. Giovanello wins the draw, comes out of the zone. It's retrieved there by Dio. Jordan puts some pressure on him. Puck skips to Altabello. He's going to come right down Main Street, battles through a hit, stays on his feet. Puck dumped down. Camera holding his arm up for an icing. It gets waved off. Sullivan up the wall to Altabello. Got tied up in his skates. Milne looks to walk out. Centers a pass. Nice pad save right there by Sal Camera. Just flashing the pad. He is locked in tonight. Carrying out now, this is Milne. Across the blue line, shoots it. Saved by with the stick of Camera. Sullivan up the wall. All kinds of physical activity going on there. Biviano and Sullivan. There's a little push to the face, and the official looking right at it. And eventually, Biviano gets a good piece of Cam Baker. And Cam Baker using his physicality. Now we've got the equivalent of an own goal. I think it was Kashuk. I'll see who comes off the line first. It was Brendan Kashuk with the goal. He brought it forward. It went up in the air, and as the Plymouth North defenseman tried to play it, he put it into his own net. The goal will be credited to Brendan Kashuk. Makes it 3-0 Marshfield. And for Kashuk, that would be goal number 3 on the season. He missed the first few games of the season. So goal number 3 for the senior. 3-0 Rams. You can expect these games to get chippy. They always do down here in Plymouth. Holt. It's an icing call that goes against Marshfield. .26 seconds to go in the period. 26.8. Berrien on the draw. He's out there against Chandler. And Berrien gets waved out. Now it'll be McLaughlin. Merrick off the wall. Holt taps it forward, uses his stick well, and puts it right on the tape to Brendan McLaughlin. Right down Main Street, he shoots, and it gets blocked in front. Coming the other way, it's Merrick breaking that one up and then sending it forward. Berrien with 7 seconds. O'Neill does a good job to keep that in. Berrien in the corner, if he could just center it. Gonna run out of time. We'll play 2 periods from Armstrong Arena in Plymouth. Rams pick up 2 goals in that period. A shorthanded goal that was scored by Teddy Holt. And then just before the end of the period, we had Brendan Kashuk credited with a goal off of his stick. Went in off of a defenseman from Plymouth North. Makes it 3-0. So we'll go to the break. You're tuned to Marshfield Community Media in our coverage of Marshfield High Hockey.
MCM coverage of MHS Sports is proudly presented by Repel Pest Solutions,
Biviano General Contracting,
Road to Responsibility.
After 2 periods of play, it's 3-0 Rams. 1 goal in the first period, 2 in the second, 1 a shorthanded goal, and the second one was a equivalent of an own goal that went in off of the stick of Brendan Kashuk by way of a Plymouth North defenseman's stick. Along with Heather Allen, David Snow with you on Marshfield Community Media. 3rd period action. The Rams in the road green and Plymouth North in the white with the blue pants and blue buckets. We'll see what's in store for period number 3. Here's right off the bat, Berrien with an opportunity and a goal. So what's in store is another goal. Goal number 4 for the Rams, and for Ben Berrien, just walked in and put it right past Trevor Golden to make it 4-0 Marshfield, so not wasting any time. 18 seconds, and it's Berrien with the goal. The captain leading the way here in the 3rd period, and for Berrien, that is his 5th goal of the season. It's his 15th point of the season. Face-off comes back to Merrick. He sends it back in to the right of Golden. Another centering attempt. Looking for Brody Jordan. Pass comes Altabello loads it up, fires. It goes right off the ankle of McGaughey. And the Eagles try to clear it out. Merrick coming in, swiping that away from Sal Camera, and he runs out of room and hits the wall, but he's up and back on his feet. In the corner, puck being worked on by Patrick Doherty, and it comes back to the point and reversed back in by Jason Smith. Doherty sends it across, but Merrick rides him off of it, reverses field, just sends it up into the neutral zone. It lands right on the stick of Bocchino. Bocchino takes it to the wall, leaves it there for Soucy. Soucy takes it behind the net, and it's taken away by Jason Smith, who takes a big hit there from Mason Dion. Cross ice it comes. Shot comes in off the side of the net from Bocchino. Goes and gets it, sends it back. Soucy tapped it, but it ends up on the stick of McGaughey. Makes it only as far as Mason Dion. Reverse the puck back in. Held in by Bocchino. Kicks it to the corner. And then it's reversed by Patrick Doherty and comes out. And we get a hand pass that's called. And it's going to result in a draw that will come down into the Marshfield end. And it'll keep Sal Camera company, as he has been lonely for the first couple minutes of this third period. Rams looking to pick up their 8th win of the season here. Against 3 defeats and 1 tie, so 8-3-1. If they hold on, it'll be Dan Connolly's 401st win on the road to 500. Puck comes down now in the corner. That's Kelly. Backhands it around and makes it only as far as Schneider. Holt goes and takes it off of his stick, and now it comes all the way out with Giannetti in his own zone. Takes it over the blue line. Good carry there by Jack Giannetti. It goes to the back wall. Teddy Holt gets that stick in there. Puck makes it back to McLaughlin. He fires it off the side of the net from the point. Berrien looked to tap it down. Does a good job forechecking, tying it up. Comes out to Jake Goodyear. Goodyear at center ice. Carries. Sees he's got some time and space. Takes it down. Turns. Centers it back. It comes back all the way to Berrien. Rights the puck. Gets it to the forehand. Taps it down. Puck eventually dumped out of the zone by Chandler, and it'll go for an icing call against the Eagles of Plymouth North. 12:07 to go in the third period of a 4-0 game. Milne on the draw out there against Giovanello. Comes back to Merrick. Sends it across ice to O'Neill. Carried back in by Bossy, and then dumped out of the zone by Jacob Dio. Be another icing call that goes against Plymouth North. Rams have dominated this one pretty much throughout. Just one spell in the second period where Plymouth North was doing a decent job of hemming them in, but Sal Camera made a couple of big saves to keep them in the lead. It was 1-0 when that was going on, so it was an important time. There's a shot that came in from Brody Jordan, steered aside by Golden. Carrying through is Milne. Loses the puck. Jordan, broken stick. He's got to drop that. Does so. Another $300 out of the Jordan family budget. Merrick, a little pass inside to Bossy. Dion had it, and now it's reversed in. Camera makes his first stop and leaves it for Kashuk. Up to Dion. Along the wall, a little battle there. Brendan Kashuk turns around, pushes it up the boards. A little tap there. Through a screen, eaten up by the Marshfield defense. 11 minutes to go in regulation time of a 4-0 game. Puck comes out of the zone and then reversed back in by the Eagles. Merrick goes down and grabs it. Takes a look, turns. A little forecheck there from Plymouth. Wins the puck back for them. They dump it down. Kashuk there. Just very wisely reverses, and 2 men down there for Plymouth, able to keep the puck in. Quick save by Camera. He's been locked in all night. The few times he's had to make saves, he stick that one up and over the glass. It'll be a draw that will come to his left. Rams' next opponent will be Canton, I believe, in the Ed Burns tournament. That'll be this weekend on Sunday. Time to be determined. Rumored to be in the 1 o'clock area. The game will be in Canton. We'll see who the opponent is. Any event, that's the next game. Lots of ifs. Puck gets dumped down into the Marshfield end. Teddy Holt skips it down there. McLaughlin working with Berrien. Puck moved out. Holt got his stick in there, and it goes out of play. It's going to be a draw that's going to come to the left of Trevor Golden. Inside of 10 minutes to go, 9:57 to go in regulation. Berrien out on the draw. He's got Holt over to his right and McLaughlin on his left. Drags the faceoff forward, and it gets retrieved and sent out by Smith, and it was handled with a high stick by Teddy Holt, and that's going to send the puck all the way back down in the Marshfield end. Full change for Marshfield. Giannetti and Goodyear come out on defense. It'll be Giovanello on the dot. Puck comes back. It's sent across. Shot through a screen. Camera able to just hold his ground. Another one comes through. A deflection. Goes to the back of the net. Centering pass goes off the side of the net. Held in at the point by Smith. He taps it down. Giovanello trying to work it out. Got Bossy with him, and he's going to take it himself. Through center ice, 1 man to beat. Right through him. Goes to the corner, hauled down, no call. Bossy looked to work it forward, and now it's Smith that moves it out of the zone. His long pass going to go down, and icing was waved off. Goodyear left it there for Petrie. Susi, nice look right there. Had it to Giovanello for a second, and then Giannetti did a good job to block it. Smith getting trapped in his own zone as Susi puts a good forecheck on. Now Petrie goes, delivers the hit on Kelly. Susi working hard down there, holding it in the Plymouth North zone. And now Plymouth North on the move, and only make it as far as Rotundo, who breaks that one up. O'Neill sends it up the boards. Rotundo's there. Merrick comes in and grabs it. 8:20 to go in regulation time. It's 4-0 Rams as they look to remain undefeated in conference play. They would go to 6-0 in the Patriot League if they're able to hang on here. Walking right through, a shot. Camera did really well to track that puck as he slid across to his left, ties it up. 8:02 to go. First line comes back out for the Rams. It's Berrien out there with McLaughlin and Teddy Holt. And Holt's getting his stick in there. McLaughlin goes and gets it. Carries through center ice, uses the boards to keep it moving forward. Plymouth North looking to move it out of their own zone. Comes back only as far as Kashuk. Sends it across to Sullivan. And very nearly an opportunity there for Palladino, but he skated by it. Sullivan looking to move it. Kashuk pushes it up the wall. Nice pass from McLaughlin to Berrien. They work so well together. Berrien takes it to the corner, skating hard, stops, takes a look to the forehand. McLaughlin just missed that. He was going top corner, just a little bit wide there. Kashuk pinching in, holds it in, pass out in front. Nice play by Kelly to break that one up. Right out in front, another shot by Teddy Holt that goes wide. It was deflected. And that's an icing call, and they needed one. They needed to ice that puck to get the pressure off of them. 7:01 to go in regulation time of a 4-0 lead. Scoring started in the first period on a goal from Merrick. Then a shorthanded goal scored by Teddy Holt. An own goal off of the stick of Brendan Kashuk. We're just going to credit him with the goal and stop saying it was an own goal. Made it 3-0. And then it was Berrien in the third period to make it 4-0. And now this is Giovanello at the circle. Fires it short side. Holding the post there was Golden. Giovanello just does a good job of clogging it up. And now coming the other way for Plymouth North is Jason Smith. Over the red line, the blue, takes it to the corner, carries through to the backhand forehand. Camera blocked that one down, couldn't tie it up. It's alive, it moves across ice to the circle, down to the goal line. Smith off the boards, comes back up to Bagahi. His little pass. Playing catch now, Bagahi and Smith, and it goes right through Magahi's legs, and he's got to go get it. Magahi carries it out of the zone, kicks it forward, and it's Goodyear that goes down for Marshfield. We're inside of 6 minutes to go in regulation. Susi, nice little looking pass to Petrie. Petrie sends it to the boards, working well with Susi. This line's really beginning to connect. Comes out as far as Jackson O'Neill, and it's dumped back in. Smith takes a look, sends it across. Puck comes out into the neutral zone. Merrick just stops it there. Makes it only as far as Milne. There's Merrick again. Gets it out of there, wills it out of the zone. Good stick work from Susi. Camera leaves it behind his net for Jackson O'Neill. Sends it up the boards. Petrie getting tied up there. Merrick in the corner. Petrie's little pass in tight across to Bocchino. Bocchino stops on a dime. In the circle, fires it up off the glass. He wanted that one. Berrien at the point. Sends it cross ice to Sullivan. Stepping in, fires it. Blocked down with the stick of Golden. Good hard shot. Kashuk backhands it down and it's through. That puck had eyes. Brendan Kashuk sent it through. Bocchino was in front with the screen that went right between the legs of Golden, making it 5-0 for the Rams. Second goal of the evening for the senior Brendan Kashuk. So for Kashuk, his second of the game, makes it 5-0, 4:38 to go in the contest. And it'll be Berrien on the draw. He dishes it back. It's handled by Kashuk. Holt sends it forward. Carrying through. Sullivan behind his net. Taps it up the boards to Holt. Berrien. McLaughlin gets it first. Centers it to Berrien. Ran out of room. Goes and gets the puck. Circle, down low, almost to the goal line. Takes a look, finds Sullivan, who tees it up, and it goes off the crossbar. He's ready to catch that, Heather. That was, came up off the crossbar. It's still alive. It's McLaughlin up top. Centering pass, skated away by Palladino, but only as far as the, what a save. Golden. Teddy Holt was looking for his second. McLaughlin fires it in. Brendan McLaughlin makes it 6-0 Rams. 3:37 to go. They may run the clock the rest of the way, and they are. They've already started to run it. So with running time, 6-0, the goal to captain Brendan McLaughlin. Good hard work from that first line. Just kept the puck low below the circle. Sullivan with a shot. Came in, some good opportunities, and finally just buried there by McLaughlin. So they'll run the clock once the lead gets to 6 in the third period. They move to a running clock. It's Dargan. Look to move the puck out. Skips in front. Carried out by Bossy. Gets dumped right back in where Dargan handles it. Tyler Dargan sends it forward. Oh, Plymouth North player loses his edge there, hits the boards hard. Giannetti, nice block. 2:20 to go in the game. Dargan sends it across. It's held in, and then nice block, and here comes Dion. Dion taking it 1-on-3. Moves it to the wall. Giannetti stepping in. Pushes it into the corner. Good block by Bocchino down below the goal line. Hustling. Official goes down. He finds his way back up. Here's a hit from Bocchino. Good work. Just doing a great forechecking job here and hemming Plymouth North in their own zone. 1:40 to go in regulation. Susi sends it to the opposite corner. Petrie got it to the point. Goodyear tried to keep it in. Jackson O'Neill sends it forward. It's played by Dan McLaughlin from Plymouth North. Goodyear with 1:20 to go carries forward. Top of the circle. Takes an elbow along the way. A little frustration being worked out there by Dan McLaughlin from Plymouth North. It's Susi behind the net. Centers it. There's a shot and a save by Bocchino, who's been everywhere in this third period. Carrying out his Milne. Looking to bust open a shutout. And he's unable to do so. His camera shuts the door yet again. And there's a shot that goes to the back wall by Milne. Bocchino with a hit down there in the corner. Goodyear moved it. Comes right back into the corner. Dargan sends it up to Petrie, who does a good job just pushing it down, no icing. 30 seconds to go. Puck handled by Jackson Smith. Good little move there. Into the corner. 15 seconds to go. Just a dominant performance by these Rams. See if they can close it out. 8 seconds to go. At the point, a shot comes through. Camera steers it aside. He's going to buy himself a shutout. Sal Camera gets the shutout victory. And for Marshfield, just a dominant win from start to finish. They had a 1-0 lead after 1. They led it 3-0 after 2. And they pick up 3 goals in this third period to make it a 6-0 victory. Record moves to 8-3-1 on the season. It's win number 401 in the career of Dan Connolly as he starts the move to 500. I want to thank Heather Allen for her work behind the camera tonight. And I want to thank Sean back in the studio, Sean Leary. David Snow with you. Enjoyed having the opportunity to work with these guys. And we look forward to the rest of the season for the Rams. You'll see the action here on Marshfield Community Media. Your final score for the final time tonight, Marshfield 6 and Plymouth North 0. Shutout for Sal Camera. Have a great night, everyone.
MCM coverage of MHS sports is proudly presented by
Biviano General Contracting.
Biviano General Contracting is Marshfield's leading custom modular house builder. Modular building saves time and money. Only 8 to 12 weeks for the entire build, saving up to 25% of the cost compared to traditional building. We also offer custom deck building, kitchen and bathroom remodels, additions, and house elevations.
More information can be found at bivianocontracting.com.
Repel Pest Solutions. Repel Pest Solutions is a full-service pest control company protecting residential and commercial properties from nuisance pests that carry germs and diseases. They are a small, family-run business from Marshfield, licensed, insured, competitively priced. We work to understand your needs and offer an integrated pest solution that's environmentally friendly. Don't be afraid to bug us. Road to Responsibility. Founded in 1988, Road to Responsibility's mission is to provide the means, the opportunity, and the support necessary to allow citizens with disabilities to take their place as productive members of the community. We are committed to providing all individuals with opportunities to truly live in the community. Through our services, we are proud to enrich and improve the lives of every individual, one person at a time.
50, 40, he's got 2 men to beat, no one's gonna catch. Kick is up, and it is scored!
For 3. Got it!
With the shot, it's in!
Lights out! Good night! Goodbye! And that's it! Marshfield wins! It's a great serve. Another one! Drop!
And the Rams drop one first here in the Super Bowl.
Nice.
Kick on the field, and it is
Score!